What you are watching now is true, organic melee combat on Roblox, and has come to my attention that my original Napoleonic safe haven has been invaded, and now this game is dying. And who could have done this, you may ask? It is sadly the terrible community of Guts and Blackpowder. So, it has come to my attention that Guts and Blackpowder is the new haze on Roblox, and everyone is acting like it's the greatest thing to happen to historical gaming on Roblox, but sadly, I'm gonna have to tell you guys that it's not. It gets so much hype, and the updates are big, and it gets crazy player counts, but let's be completely honest, it is extremely overrated. The idea of fighting zombies is a pretty good idea, and it does blend in fantasy, which is why I can't be too mad. But the real, true skill is fighting real players and being in such a competitive setting that Blood and Iron is. Today, I'm going to be explaining why I think Guts and Blackpowder is the true reason that Blood and Iron is losing its original player count. Me, myself, I'm gonna blame the younger generation for the fall off of Blood and Iron, because people that are younger have a shorter attention span, and Blood and Iron is a game about, fighting player versus player, last man standing, like true grit. But whenever you play Guts and Blackpowder, it's a PvE game, and whenever you die, you just respawn, which just gives instant gratification, instant dopamine rush, and it's honestly kind of mindless. You're just respawning, killing zombies, following other players, and moving through a map, which is pretty one-dimensional. You just walk in a straight line wherever it guides you, or you're surrounded fighting zombies. It's just genuinely kind of mindless. And the worst thing is, this game is turning the Roblox Napoleonic community into something it should not be. A lot of people that we're seeing in this Napoleonic community of Guts and Blackpowder, they're furries, they're LGBTQ+, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You have to be neutral and accepting, of course, but the bigger part about it is that half the people playing this game, they don't even know the history. Most of them are just playing for the clout, and then they end up putting on, like, Napoleonic uniforms on their avatars, and I'll be playing games completely unrelated, and I'll see someone in a Napoleonic uniform. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person likes the Napoleonic Wars, they're so cool. And I talk to them, and I'm like, hey, what's your favorite game on Roblox about the Napoleonic Wars? They're like, oh, Guts and Blackpowder. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty neat. Like, can you tell me something about the Napoleonic Wars? They're like, I don't know. And I'm like, what's your uniform? And they're like, oh, it's the Old Guard. I'm like, do you know what the Old Guard is? And they're like, it's the one regiment where you have to, like, do all the challenges. And I'm just like, bro, what are we doing? Another thing I'd like to talk about is like the idea of one life valor, because in Blood and Iron, whenever you're the last one on your team and there's 3 Prussian soldiers waiting for you at the bottom of the hill, and you're one tap and you gotta make a resilient stand against them and get them all with your bayonet, it's just such a great feeling that I don't feel like any game can recreate. Maybe Lexington and Concord, but that's a different game. But there's not a lot of games that can give you that idea, even like out of the Napoleonic genre. There's not a lot, because in Guts and Blackpowder, there's a big lack of tension, because you can just respawn whenever you want, and I feel like that just doesn't really excite me that much, and I feel like for a lot of other people, Blood and Iron will give you that excitement that you want, because Blood and Iron, it just doesn't have the player base. We only have like 400 or 500 active players at a time, if even 300, and they're all just playing Guts and Blackpowder, and I think a lot of them don't even know that there's a great game like Blood and Iron out there. Anyways, the last thing I'd like to talk about before I leave is that the younger player base of Guts and Blackpowder, they just kind of make some horrendous memes. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, the community is just, it's not as tightly woven as Blood and Iron. You can play Blood and Iron, you can see the same dude that you played with like a month ago, and he's still playing that game because we only have like 300 active players, and they're all coming back, and we've all been playing for such a long time. And Blood and Iron, it's the idea of like sandbox freedom and like high skill combat and just like the community itself. They make so many funny memes. It's like I remember back in like 2020, people were making like soup stands, and the whole server would come together and then like get soup, and then it was just so fun. And they'd all go to the soup stand, and the whole server would just unite, and they'd all be friendly to each other, and they just have like a soup party until the round ends, and it would be a draw. But in Guts and Blackpowder, you can't really get that kind of like everyone together because the people you're fighting are zombies, and you can't even chill in Guts and Blackpowder because you're always fighting the zombies. So, anyways, it's time I say goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching, and of course, I would say I'm a little biased towards Blood and Iron just because I've been playing it so long and it just resonates with a special place in my heart. But Guts and Blackpowder, it's an alright game. You can definitely get a blast out of playing it, and we just need more people to play Blood and Iron because I feel like Guts and Blackpowder, you guys are taking our players. So just, or I wouldn't say you're taking them, but like potential players that we could have are going to your game. So if you guys can just promote it, because like I've joined the game, I've seen the chat, you guys make fun of Blood and Iron players. And it's like, come on, guys. It's a nicer community than that. The Napoleonic community is a lot better than that on Roblox. Anyways, updates, they'll come and go, you know, but the one thing to remember about Blood and Iron is that true PvP original Roblox sword fighting will always be new. It'll always be different every time you play. Have a good evening, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Roblox. My username is Zyodite, Zyodite. Trying to get some followers, you know what I mean. Trying to make some motion for myself, and we'll do community stuff if I end up getting like subscribers like that. But thank you so much, and I really appreciate that.